is live, it's just not live on that scheduled one. But I am live if you go to the channel.
I'm on it, I'm waiting. It's just this up.
But not that one, so I'll have to go back.
I can see me in the background.
I can't see anyone. I'm not there.
Live. Yeah, where's the upcoming one? I need to get rid of that.
If I go on your channel. Live. Oh, you are live.
Add to queue, share. No, I want to delete this. There's the 3 people in. I don't know who the 3 people are. I'm guessing both my moderators and somebody else. Hello. I'm trying to figure out on the laptop. Just give me a second. If I back that up a bit. There we go. I can go like this.
I wish it showed like.
Tiana. Hello. Yes, you can't see who's in.
Like it would be good if they did add that.
Yeah.
I'll have to do press hello, Craig.
Hello, Mark. Thank you for joining us. At the moment, I'm just trying to work out on the laptop here how to get everything set up, and then we'll have a little chat and get going, see who joins in. X-Max issues. Yeah, mate, always X-Max issues for me, but in this live stream, what I'm hoping to achieve is this TP motor. It is a, I don't know if this is going to work, a 1188 kV motor. This is going into the X-Max. I have just an AliExpress aluminium mount that's turned up. It looks suspiciously like a GPM one, but it isn't GPM. But it feels weighty, it feels good quality. So we'll get all this put together, we'll get the motor on it, we'll get it in the X-Max. No doubt things will need a bit of cutting and filing as we go along. It's normally the way with me. Let me just go back to this laptop a second, but hope you're alright. How are you doing, Mark? Anyway, what are you up to? How is your Saturday panning out? If you're watching now, drop a hello, give us a hello. Let's see who's in here.
Victoria.
There we go. Let me mute the laptop. Victoria, hi. Hello, Victoria. Are we all okay? Having good Saturdays? Just woke up and having a coffee. Nice one, Mark. I have my supply of tea ready to keep me going for a while. So make sure you like and subscribe, bash that bell, yes. Well said, Crash and Bash Jr. Crash and Bash Jr. is actually Lenny. I've got Lenny and Tiana here in the garage. There's Tiana. And Lenny's stood here behind me somewhere. They're both here. They're both moderators on the channel. So they'll be keeping an eye on the comments for me while I excitedly tear this apart. Get probably the angle grinder out and a hammer. And fit a new motor. And motor mount. Almost forgot why we were here then.
Hello, I have a 10-inch chopper.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, a lot of people do have small choppers. Are you going to run mod 1.5 gears, Mark? Yes, I think I am going to run mod 1.5 gears. I have got this 35 tooth mod 1.5, and I've got a 24 tooth and a 27 tooth pinion, so I could run mod 1.5 depending on what fits. I have also got ready just to try, I think this is an 18 tooth but 8mm bore D-bore. So I could run mod 1, but I've only got an 18. Or I could go mod 1.5, which is these. And I've got 2 of these, but they're both 35 teeth. Yeah, they're both 35 tooth. And I've got one 24 and one 27. What's going on in the corner?
Should we time out Tariq now? He's like kind of spamming.
Not spamming that.
Game over, love arts and... Hello, was it Tariq?
He's just loving the life.
Hello Tariq, where are you from? Let's just give that a bit of a clean, because it looks...
Yeah, maybe so.
Right, how's this... I've got a light here in the garage that's... I don't know if it's causing glare or not. Can you see okay? Right then, since we've got a few people in, this is already mostly taken apart because we done a live a few days ago where I tore out the stock motor in this because I had issues with it when we went out and played. So almost like Blue Peter, here's one I done earlier, we've already taken that off. So that has saved us a bit of time. So now this live is going to involve changing the gear out on here because this is still mod 1 gearing. So we'll change that to the 1.5 gear and we'll get mounted up. But here is the mount in question. This mount is, you can buy these from AliExpress, very, very cheap. I actually got this one from Amazon because I had a 50% off. I had a 50% off offer, so I was able to get this off Amazon for the same price as AliExpress. So I'm going to give this a go. It does look very much like the GPM one, but it was super cheap. It has got a fair amount of weight to it, so I'm going to get this all Loctited together and we'll get it in the truck. I've got my Loctite ready. Need to get the screws out. I'm guessing that is stage 1, isn't it? Get this put together. Get the motor mounted onto this on its sliding adjustment. It says sliding adjustment, not being able to slide it. What's going on? Ah, there we go. I tightened them a bit too tight. So yes, this slides lovely. So let's
I might not have space to run the 24 or the 27 tooth pinion.
I might not have space to run the 24 or the 27. Oh, I did have a different motor mount. I used to have the 800 kV Hobbywing motor in this, and I did run 2435 with that. So we'll see. I've got some options anyway. I've got a drawer here with lots of different options. What's that? I do have a 20 tooth. I've got a 20 tooth 1.5 pinion. And that's about it, I think. Apart from that, I've got a load of mod 1 stuff. I could go mod 1 with it, no problem. Right. Let's get some tools. Get some fixings. Well, I suppose we will have a little look over this motor mount. As I say, this was a cheap AliExpress one.
Hi mister, is it broken?
Cheap AliExpress one. Comes with a bag of hardware as well, so we'll have a look through these. Let's check out some of your comments. Hi mister, is it broken? It's always broken. It's a Traxxas X-Max and I batter it. But it's how broken. At the moment, it is actually very broken. Its motor last week, or yeah, must have been last. Yeah, it was last weekend. Done a live stream last weekend because I went out to give this a good bashing, and the stock motor seized up on me, and it turned out that was because the rotor had exploded inside the can. Which again, a proper YouTuber would have had that to hand to show you the damage. It is in a previous live, it is here somewhere, but I just want to get building this. We did definitely see that the motor was damaged in the last one. So let's find 4 of these little ones, and I'm guessing 4, no they're not washers because they sit recessed. So yeah, in this kit, these screws here, it sends 4 washers as well as some of these capped heads. They're not capped heads, what are they? What are these ones? I forget what they're called, somebody will tell me. And then I've got countersink ones as well. Obviously the countersink ones go in these holes, and it does come as well with side rails like this. But I have had a little dry fit with this, and it doesn't sit properly within the X-Max chassis with these on the side. I even did get the grinder out when no one was looking, and I tried to make one fit, but I would have to grind off so much of this to make it fit that it would then just bend anyway, so there's no point. What I'll do, once the motor is on this, we'll find a way of wedging something under it, or I'll just pump it full of hot glue so it can't bend on the mount. But when this goes in, it does feels very good. I mean, with no screws in it whatsoever, it sits and holds. It's not loose. So we will start. Is it broken? Yes. 20 will work, definitely. Cheers, Mark. So I have got a 20. It has got a bit of use on it. It's a bit worn, my 20 tooth pinion. So if I can avoid using it, I will. But if I have to, then it will just go in slightly worn. Let's just put a little bit of Loctite on these screws. A little bit of Loctite on them. What have we got? X-Max looks massive. Yes, mate. X-Max AS. I run a Max 5 ESC in my one, and it used to have the 800 kV motor, but 800 kV is way too much. Well, no, 800 kV is way too much for me. Other people seem to have great luck with the 800 kV motor, but I like to backflip, I like it to be a stunt truck, I like it to go to skate parks and have big sends. And I found that with that 800 kV and no other supporting mods, it was causing me problems. It was chewing up diffs, it was just absolutely shattering teeth on everything. So that was the issues I was having with that. So then I did put a stock motor in it, and I ran stock motor on the Max 5 ESC, and that was great, absolutely fantastic. I loved it. And then I've got the last video I put out, I include the part where I landed this on its nose, then it went on its back. I was trying to self-right it, just, you know, myself, which I have done before. I am lazy, so why not use self-right? If you've got it, use it, sort of thing. And in doing so, mid-throttle to twist it over, you heard the motor just give in. And then when I got it all home, I went on live stream, stripped it all down, and the motor was toasted. Speaking of toasted, I'm a bit warm with this heater on now, so I'm going to turn that off. Which I was going to turn off before I went live, but I forgot. So there we go, I've turned that off. I don't know if you could hear that in the background. Smash the bell. Yeah, smash the subscribe button. Yes, Tiana. Never use self-writing. Yeah, I agree. Mark, never use self-writing. But sometimes for me, using the self-writing is the easier option. I struggle to walk a long distance. So if the truck's close, I will hobble to it and kick it over. But if it's the other end of a field away and it's upside down, I sort of think, well, do I risk it? And yeah, most of the time I do risk it. Are you British? Yes, I am British. I live in Wales, which is part of the United Kingdom, but I am west coast of Britain, Wales. Hence the Welsh Dragon, that's what this is. And then when I stand and film, you'll see in the background of my videos the big flag. That is the Welsh flag for the country. Halifax. Nice. Gerard's from Austria. Nice. Austria is a beautiful country. From what I've seen, I've never been myself, but I have seen a lot of things in Austria, and I do think, yeah, I like the look of that place. Beautiful country. Looks like you've got a load of good bashing spots there. Right, let's get this mounted. Shall I mount it cables upwards? I mean, these cables have been extended, which I probably don't need. I would happily have my plugs here and they'd go straight into the ESC, but for the ease of fitting today, I'm not going to worry about that. I will go with the cables near the top. Yeah. So cables near the top. Let's work out what screw. That one? No, that one doesn't stick through nearly far enough. Yeah, look, you can barely see it. So that's not long enough. Let's go with one of these longer ones. That much. Yeah, that's better. We'll use that one. We'll get two of them in. Again, Loctite. Definitely want the Loctite. All the people in the live, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe with notifications and like the live. Yeah, of course. If you're watching now and you're enjoying what you see and you're not subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the love heart button. I'm not sure how lives work. It's still new to me, but definitely hitting all the buttons does help me out. It will help push the live and push the channel, more importantly, because I do enjoy going out with the cars and with friends. And inevitably, when I go out, we do like to jump things big. So generally, when you jump things big, stuff gets broke. So I spend a lot of time doing wrenching, and I do spend a lot of time in the garage. So if the lives go well, I might start doing more lives just while I'm down here wrenching. Just stick it on live and have a chat to whoever is online and wants to chat. Is it that size? No. It is a bigger size. It is... I've lost it. It's here somewhere. Because I did kind of prepare. There. This is what I'm after. This is what I'm after. Friend of mine's got an X-Max 2. I've got an old E-Max. The E-Maxes were ace. I had an E-Max. I also had a T-Max. The Nitro one, a 3.3 T-Max. They're very good cars. Hello from Texas. Hello, Texas 39. God, it must be, what, early over there now. Is it early Saturday morning for you there? Yeah, Lenny. The X-Max. The E-Max was one of the sort of original bashers that got me into bashing. 9 AM, fair play to you. Good morning. Hope you're enjoying your morning routine. And thank you for joining me on my live while I try and shoehorn this motor and this motor mount into this X-Max. So there we go. That's on. They've all got Loctite on them. They're all squeezed in nice and tight. 4 screws in the bottom of this with Loctite on them as well. So that's good. And I tell you what, this, alright, it is from AliExpress, but it feels solid. It does feel very solid. And I can't help but think that GPM might have something to say about this. Because it does look suspiciously like the GPM. Gerard, do you run petrol powered too? Unfortunately at the moment, no. I haven't personally got any petrol powered. I haven't got any nitro ones either now. I'm strictly brushless. But I am looking at getting a two-stroke petrol one, gasoline one. Because we go to an area that we call the miners circuit. It's part of the club that I'm part of, and we do get a load of people come there with just so many different RC cars. And I would like to have a petrol one there because it's up in the middle of nowhere. You're not going to bother anyone. And you can brap, brap, brap it just all the way around. Big, loud exhaust on it. And it'd be just epic fun. People have brought them up there. On my channel, there are videos where I've been to the miners circuit. And people do bring petrol cars. And they are epic. They do make a lot of noise. And I just love the smell. Texas, I'm working on my 47 Buick today, building it for my son. Oh, nice. Nice. I like that sort of thing. Yeah, I do like that. Building things for the kids. I mean, I'm never alone. I've still got a child sat here on this chair. And Lenny, who is part of the channel, big as well, he's in the garage. Well, I mean, we can have a look around the garage. By all means, we'll do a little garage tour. It has had a bit of a tidy up in here this week. We've done tip runs, so we've taken a load of the rubbish out. But yeah, if you want to have a look around, you say, what have I got stuck to the bottom of this? Hot glue. Oh, have I got hot glue on my cup? Yep, definite hot glue on there. Right, motor is on the mount. Next then we shall change the Cush drive. We'll get the Cush drive out, and I'm not going to eliminate the Cush drive because I made that mistake before and I ran with a Cush drive eliminator, and that really does break stuff, especially when you're jumping big and you're landing. Even if you're not on power, if you land with the wheels spinning really fast and you haven't got a Cush drive, you will tear up your gears. Definitely, 100%. Got the straight 8 running good now, working on lights today. Fair play. Well done. Yeah, lights would be my downfall. I'd be quite happy in all the greasy, oily bits. Give me that. But yeah, when it comes to electrical wiring, maybe not my strong point. What's your goal with this motor? I thought you don't like to overpower your X-Max. Yeah, I mean, that is my worry, is that I am going to... It's not overpower, it's the weight. The weight of this motor, with the mount, I have weighed it, in fact I can do it again now, is... It should be around about 1 kilogram. My issue with that 800 kV, yeah, so this is 1,082 grams, so just over a kilogram. The 800 kV that I had in it was just over 1.5 kilograms, so still quite a lot heavier than this. And I'm just worried that too much weight and too much power kills the X-Max. And before, with that 800 kV, I hadn't done any other mods to it. It was totally standard, whereas now it's got brand new bulkheads, front, rear, upper, lower. That's all new. Everything's new inside it. It's got the metal diff covers on the outside, they're on. GPM bash bar underneath, it's got that. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that adding just a little bit more weight and a higher kV from the 800, it should, fingers crossed, just be a bit more reliable. And I don't want it to be ridiculously fast. It's an X-Max. I've got cars if I want to go fast. This is 45, 50 miles an hour, hit some ramps, do some flips. That's the sort of thing I'm after with this. Whether it works or not, I don't know. It might hit the first jump, land, and just tear itself apart. Who knows? Who knows? Stock diff gears. Yes, stock diff gears. Gerard, HPI Savage is my favourite petrol car, but we only run it in gravel pits. Too much noise for people. Yeah, that's the trouble. You fire them up. The HPI Savage. So, are you on about the octane that runs on gasoline, you know, petrol, petroleum, or do you mean nitro, that you start with the glow igniter in the top? Because I've had a load of nitro, and as cool as they are, I don't think I'd ever own another one. But I would definitely own the two-stroker, the gasoline ones. I would definitely own them. Mrs. Crash and Bash, are those my kitchen scales? Not anymore, love, they're garage scales. You're in trouble. Story of my life, mate. Story of my life. Yeah. Yes, they were kitchen scales. Right, let's take this off. Take this off. Eyes up. Eye up. This runs the third bearing on this shaft, so I've got the longer shaft, so then you get the third bearing, so that's housed in here. So you end up with your 3 bearings. As I just took that out then, I've had the contents of the bearing all fall on the floor. So I'm guessing that now, that needs a new bearing, which I'm sure we can get. I might even have one in the drawer. We'll worry about that. We will worry about that. We're just men. That's right, we're just men. We're doing no harm. I'm at home in the garage, playing with the oily bits of the car. Yeah, all these other bearings are okay. It was just that one that decided it was off. Right, let's then set this here. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. And we will put on that one. And then once that's on and back in, I might spray a bit of oil into there, because that's not... That's not the best. It's a bit tight, that. Have I got any of this left? Some of that in there. Yeah, the Bahas are fun. Yeah, they're so much fun. I do love them. Absolutely love them. Oh, sorry, Nitro. Yes, the only petrol I've got is the carbon fiber. Yeah, Nitro's cool though. I got nothing against Nitro whatsoever. I love an engine, especially on a car, you know, model car, big car, whatever. I absolutely love it. Craig, you can buy sealed bearings to replace those too. I've had those blow apart. And the little bearings go into my centre, yes, into the centre drive. I can imagine they would. Yeah, they'd end up everywhere. Might even be worth me taking off that top cover, possibly. Seems alright though. It's a bit stiff. It has sat for a few days while it got wet. And because I was annoyed at it because it killed a motor, I did sort of neglect it a bit. We'll get about putting these on and see what happens when we get to that. Now on mine, I don't know about you lot, but I've got a metal Cush drive cover, aluminium cover. And what I found kept happening with this is screws would back out. So you'd be running along and then you'd hear like a click, you know, like a crunchy, clicky, horrible noise. You'd be like, what is that? And it turned out these screws were backing out of this and catching on things. So I've put longer screws in and put nuts on the other end. So that solved that problem completely. That never happened again. It only takes one little bearing to stop that truck in its tracks. Yep, it does. I've had it. And you get one little tiny bearing that just wedges itself in a gear, and that is it. You are stopped. And you are taking your truck apart. Because it could be anywhere. Right, yeah, I've got to take those off, haven't I now? Take my little nuts off. With my little nut off tool. Is that the one? No. Is that the one? No. Is that the one? Exactly, Mark, yeah. You know it, mate. We've both been there. We've had it. The truck stops and it'll roll and you feel it rolls like one rotation of a gear and then stops. Then you go back the other way and it'll roll that rotation and stop. And you sort of think, ah, I know what it is, but where? Where is it? Could be anywhere. Could be anywhere. Nitros can be temperamental. I do have several, mostly HPI and Kyosho USA. Still thinking of putting a 3-speed in my Baja. Yeah, the Nitros are awesome. And, you know, I do know how to tune them. I know about all the needles. I used to have my Nitros running really well. But what annoyed me with them, especially where I live is a very sort of hilly, mountainous area. So I could tune the car at home, knowing that, say, tomorrow we're going on a meet or I want to go somewhere. I would tune the car and it would run perfectly outside my house. Then you take it to your friend's house who lives over the mountain and far away, and you fire it up and it just doesn't want to run right. The timings are all out, the fuel mixture's all out. And they're affected by altitude, by temperature. So much affects those little engines. And people don't realise it, but yeah, I would spend the first half an hour retuning the car so it worked properly. While everyone else is running around with brushless stuff. So no, all of mine now is brushless, but this year I am going to look at a 2-stroker, a gasoline powered one. What have we got going here? I have 3. It's a challenge to keep them all bashing. Yes, it is a challenge. 3 what, mate? 3 cars or 3 X-Maxes? That's commitment if you've got 3 X-Maxes. Thierry, I watch from France. Hello, Thierry. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy. Remember, please do subscribe if you are enjoying, if you've liked it. If you like watching me tear these things apart. 3 X-Maxes, Mark. Yes, mate. Yes. I've only got 1 X-Max. But Lenny is pushing me to get an XRT. So he can use the XRT and I can use the X-Max. And then, of course, we have got the other cars that are on the channel. I've got 2 Maxes. 2 Maxes, the Hebeo, a Slash, and the Asuga. And then some other little bits and bobs. Tiana, I love RC. Good. As you should in an RC family. Yeah, that's true. You have the Wide Max also, yeah. Nice one, Mark. Good car, that is. Yeah, mine is, mine was a V1, but it's been totally upgraded now to Wide Max. So it's got the longer chassis, the wider arms, everything. Very good car, mate. I absolutely batter my Max. It is, I call my Max my crash test dummy. So if we go anywhere and we've set a ramp up and we're not sure, you know, will it clear that, or is it just going to smack into the wall, or, you know, everyone's a bit unsure. I'm like, get the max out, send the max, it'll be fine. And our maxes, both of our maxes are 6S ready. Same. Yeah, same. Well done, Mark. Well done. That's what they're for, mate. It's a basher. You're never going to win any truck racing with it. You know, if you went on a track and tried to race one of the Techno monster trucks, you ain't going to hope. That thing will run circles around you. But you could crash into it, and I could guarantee you your max wouldn't get damaged. Also on 6S, yes, mate. Man after my own heart. You've got to have the max on 6S. Do you run yours on 6S all the time, or 4S most of the time and 6S when you're feeling silly? Because I've got ours geared. Ours are geared to run 4S and be quick. So they're geared faster than stock. I can't remember exactly what they are. 25 or 26 tooth on the pinion, and then a 50 on the spur. But yeah, most of the time I run it on 4S, but if I feel like an idiot I will put it on 6S. No, 4S, yeah. 2546, yeah, I think that's what I've got. X-Max Ultimate, yes. Well, it's not, this one isn't an Ultimate, but it is an X-Max. And it will get put back together, hopefully, in this live, and I will have it running. And then tomorrow I can go out and give it a bashing again, probably break it and end up back here. Here we go, mod 1.5, geared on. Right, let's put these back on then. Put them back on, and I'm definitely going to be putting these on and putting the nuts on the back end of them. Good Traxxas. Yes, Thierry, I like Traxxas. I like all RC brands, but I'm yet to own an Armour. I do want one. If I'm going to have an Armour this year, which is my plan, I would want the Big Rock. I like the Big Rock 6S. So I think they're going to be goals for this year. I want a Big Rock 6S and I want a petrol powered Baja buggy. I'd be happy with something sandrail type, rear wheel drive, big rooster tails in the sand. Good Traxxas. France, yes. I couldn't fix mine live. It'd be X-rated for language. Well, mine might be yet. The odd word probably will come out and I won't even realise it. It'll be the kids later on that pick me up on it. Now, do you know, in minute number 37, you said... No, I didn't. No. But yeah, I think you can swear in lives, can't you? I mean, you can swear in a normal video. I don't see that it'd be an issue. I was more concerned in the first live that I did. I was using an angle grinder on here with the Asuga upside down. Had the angle grinder on the chassis with no gloves on, no goggles, no fire extinguisher. I thought, is YouTube going to sort of say this goes against community guidelines, it's unsafe? But as yet, I think that live is still up, ready to watch. Thierry, okay. Yes, Thierry, but no, Traxxas are good. What was I saying about that? I forgot. Yeah, I've got two other Traxxases. We've got a Max, we've got two Maxes, and a Slash, and I've had loads of Traxxas cars in the past. I've had the Revos, I've had Summits, I've had Slash 4x4. I've now got the 2-wheel drive Slash because it's just cool. I like the way it handles. So that is good fun for me. Right, that's on and tight. Let's pop that back together. Forgot what I was doing. Pop that on there. Pop that on there. Pop that on there. Okay. So that's going to go in there like that. Shall we have a little look and see how close or how far out this motor's going to be? I haven't got a pinion on it yet. Let's get the pinion on it. What are we saying? Thierry, the Max Slash is good. Yes, good friend of mine, good friend of the channel, Robbie. He's got a Max Slash. And he's built that thing up to basically be a Max Slash Ultimate. So it's got GPM everything. It's got GPM bulkheads, bearing axle carriers, drive shafts. Pretty much he's GPM'd the whole thing. But they do look like an absolute unit, them. Mark, I'm not an Armour fan. Had an Outcast. Went through 4 chassis in a year, so I traded it for another X-Max. Tried and tested it, the X-Max. I think for bashing, you cannot beat an X-Max. It is the king. It is the king of bashers. Just not mine. Mine doesn't seem to be very king-like. Goes out, has a meltdown, comes home. But it does all right. I suppose I am a bit mean to it. You know, I say that, oh, it goes out and it breaks, but just look at what I do to it. It's no wonder it breaks. God, this motor's got some compression. I know that. Let's just lightly pin that down. I think these motors, this is a 6-pole 1188 kV motor. But the torque behind that, each lump, is smooth though. It is very smooth. The Max Slash is €650 in France. Yeah, €650. I think euros are about the same as a pound now, aren't they? Not far off. I think the Max Slash in the UK is about £700. Maybe. I'm sure one of my moderators that are sat here could have a look and work out how much a Max Slash is. An X-Max Ultimate France is €1,700. Yeah, they're not cheap, are they, the Ultimates? But I think even here in the UK, they're about £1,500, £1,600. So that's probably about the same as what you're paying in France. But would I buy an Ultimate? I don't think I would. I don't think I would buy the Ultimate. I just don't think it's for me. I don't think those upgrades that come on it are justified for the money. I mean, they are, but things like hubs, you know, the Ultimate comes with all metal hubs, steering hubs and knuckles. I give this abuse. I really do bash this hard. And I've only ever broken one. I think it was on the front, actually. It was I've broken one of the steering hubs. And I think for what I do, I'm all right with that. I don't think it's necessary. The Ultimate in Canada is $2,000. That's mental money. For a toy, that is mental money. It's 1,178. What is?
The ultimate.
The ultimate what? X-Max? No.
Yeah.
The Max Slash.
The Max Slash.
Yeah.
£650 for a Max Slash.
What's she showing me? Oh, right, so yeah, no, a standard X-Max belted. So a standard X-Max belted in the UK is 1,178. So that's not the ultimate, that is the belted version. God, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. Now, what I do know about the belted version is the tyres, those Sledgehammer belted tyres, they are, as near as damn it, the same weight as these Louise X-Champs. And these are what Louise call is it MFT? Louise MFT? So these are like belted, it's their fibre that they put in to stop these ballooning like crazy. But yeah, I think these weigh in at just a few grams lighter than the belted Sledgehammers. So they're almost the same as stock, but half the price. And so far, I rate those Louise tyres. I've had a few sets of them. The ultimate in the US was 1,200. For the ultimate, really, $1,250. No way. Why don't we get deals like that in the UK? I mean, it's still not cheap, is it? But it's cheap for the ultimate. It's a good few £100 off. And we're facing a 25% tariff added because of Trumpism. Yeah. Added tax is never good. It don't matter whose fault it is. We have it. I suffer, not well, I say suffer. I notice even in the UK that you buy anything from abroad and now they want to charge us import taxes on everything. It's probably because we chose to leave the euro. But if I'm honest, I don't really understand how that makes things more expensive. It's the same distance away. I don't know why it's so expensive. I've turned that the wrong way for you to see, haven't I? It should be that way. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just screwing this cover back on. And then I'm going to look at sizing the motor in here, getting some sort of mesh set. So I get a nice mesh. And then try and put it in the car. But I think when it comes to me slotting this onto the car, I'm going to have an issue with the top bracing on the X-Max. I've got a feeling that parts of this mount, probably these two nuts that lock down the mesh, I think they're going to get in the way. Oh, I need to put Loctite on them as well. Don't let me put all this. Don't let me put the back end of the truck on and not Loctite that. Let me see some comments. What pinion did I put on? This is the 24 tooth mod 1.5 pinion. That's what I've gone with. Chris Fox. Hello, Chris. What size TP motor is that? This is, where is it? This is a 1188 kV 6-pole motor. Do I have a tape measure? Yes, I do. So, I'll do all my sizes in millimetres. So it's probably 92. I don't know if I can show you. It's about 92 by, I would say, 55 or 56. So it's around about whatever that size is. So 5592-ish. I don't know the exact what it's listed as, but it's not going to be far away from that. Let's get these in. So I'm hoping that the TP motor is going to be nice and powerful, but not kill everything. I don't mind if I have to gear down. I don't even mind if I have to gear up, but... Is that Chris? Chris Fox, have you had diff issues? Yes, yes I have. I talk about it in previous videos, so if you are, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and you'll see all the other videos I've done on the diffs in this. I had an 800 kV motor in it. It's too powerful, especially for bashing. I think if you were just speed running, or you're just running it round on a flat field and kicking up bits of gravel or whatever, the 800 kV would be fine. But I don't just do that. I like jumping it. I like doing tricks. I like doing all back flips and front flips. And with that 800 kV motor, I think it was just too heavy, considering there were no other mods done. Since having the 800 kV, I did put a stock motor in, and it ran great with a stock motor. But while it had the stock motor, I've done other upgrades, like I've put these metal diff covers on, and it has got a GPM bash bar, which you will see when I put it all back together. I have got it just down here. In fact, it's here. It's that. So I've got the bash bar on. I've got the metal diff covers. I've got all new bulkheads, all new gears. So hopefully this 1100 kV motor won't kill it, because it's about the same sort of size as the Hobby Wing. It's roughly the same kV as a stock motor. It is just a bit bigger and not as heavy. What's that, Chris? I had to shim and run mod 1.6. I also jumped mine a lot. Yeah, I've shimmed. So I've got all the shims in places where these were. I didn't realise actually how worn the bulkhead was. Both bulkheads, front and rear, but the rear especially. I got a new bulkhead and I got the old bulkhead. And when you sat the whole diff in it, in the old one, I could wiggle the diff side to side. And in the new one, snug. It was really nice fitting in the new one. So you might, if you're, I would say, if you're chewing up gears or you're having diff issues, even if you look at your bulkhead and there's no physical cracks, because mine weren't, there was no cracks, there was no breaks in the bulkhead whatsoever, but it was just worn from use. It had been heated up and cooled down so many times that it was just out of shape. And I'm hoping that was causing most of my issues. So I'm fingers crossed now. I'm really hoping that this motor doesn't put me back to square one, because that would upset me. Because I do like to use the trucks. I do like them to do jumps and get air. It's a stunt truck, that's what it's for. I have had people say to me, well, you know, if you backflip it and land, you know, with your wheels spinning, not even on power, but with your wheels spinning after a backflip, it is going to break. And I'm like, but it shouldn't break. It's an X-Max. It's designed to do that. My Maxes don't break. I mean, they do when I crash them bad, but they don't break for no reason. Right, bit of Loctite. Let's get this motor mounted. No, let's get the mount mounted. The motor is already mounted, so let's put that in there. Don't know what you can see, you can kind of see. You didn't see what I'd done then, nobody saw that, it's okay. It's alright, Craig, it's not like you're live on YouTube or anything. Nobody saw what you nearly did. If you did see what I nearly did there, leave me a comment, see who noticed. Let's see who noticed. Let's see who's really watching. But it's a good job I noticed before bolting it all in. There we go, there's 4 bolts for that. So let's see if we can get that in there. Yeah, damn it, you are watching. It's good that you're watching, thank you for watching. But yes, I did nearly put it in backwards. At least I noticed before. Would have been highly embarrassing to have bolted it all in and then it be on the wrong end. Okay, well it does look like, I don't know how I'm going to show you this. It does look like it's going to fit in, and I've still got adjustment look, so it does go. See you soon. Thank you for joining us, Thierry. Thank you for joining in on the live. It's been great for you to drop in. Please do subscribe. Make sure you can see what we do again. Mark, seems like you have the clearance. Yes. And France. Hey, up France. My daughter's going to France. In fact, my daughter and my son are going to France next year and the year after. They've got Disneyland and a skiing trip. So, yeah, Mark, seems like you have the clearance. It does. It does seem like I have the clearance, which also means there's room for me to gear up. Just what you need, more speed. Chris Fox, you guys run M2C parts? No, I don't. Not because I've got anything against M2C. M2C make great parts, they really do. But they're way too expensive for me to bolt onto my truck and then take to a skate park. I'm not in for that. If I was building something a bit more show-like, then yeah, I would use M2C parts. But little things with M2C, like I was actually having this conversation with a YouTuber friend. Well, good mate, Chris with a C, I was chatting to about it. And he's on about buying the M2C hub extenders. And I knew nothing about them. I had a little quick look online. And yes, the M2C hub extenders look fantastic. Really sexy. But for the set of them, they were £120 here in the UK. And the GPM equivalent you could get for 40. So for me, that's a no-brainer. The M2C ones come with... Let me just put this bolt in. The M2C ones come with like a metal hex and then a guide for you to put the hex in and a drill bit to drill out that metal hex so it fits on your truck. For me, I don't think that's worth it. These are GPM. They're too big, by the way. These are 24mm. Don't buy these. Buy the 12mm ones. That's all you need. These are too wide. But for quality, they're great. They do work great. There's nothing wrong with them. I can't see why an M2C one that's 3 times the cost nearly would be any better. I've hammered this truck. I've given it loads of abuse. And the one thing that I've not had problems with is these GPM hub extenders. So, do I like M2C? yes, I do like M2C. Would I buy it? No. But not because I don't think it's good. I just think it's overpriced and over-engineered for what it is. No, overpriced is unfair. It's not overpriced. They put a lot of work into it, and a lot of research and development goes into them making their parts, and they do make fantastic parts. But it's too much. They're too over-engineered, unnecessary. Crash and Bash Junior, make sure to like and subscribe, helps a lot. And also bash that bell. Yes, Chris, I built Creighton M2C, now scared to break it. Yeah, Chris, exactly that. Exactly that. You've put so much money into it, and the Creighton with all its M2C, beautiful bit of kit. You know, you look at it, it's all cleaned up. Just look at it, proper sexy bit of machinery. But yeah, I wouldn't want to go out and bend that. Definitely not. Definitely not. Mark, same as Vitavon, way overpriced. Yeah, I think a lot of the time with Vitavon, what I've learned and understand is their static parts that don't spin are okay. So shock towers, bearing carriers, motor mounts, all fine from Vitavon. Don't buy gears, drive shafts, in my experience. I'll show you. I can show you. This is an old Vitavon gear, and that is a snapped tooth off it. Clean, just snapped it clean off. So yeah, I'm not overly struck on Vitavon, but it does look nice. It does look nice. Chris, started buying gum on my XRT build. Did notice the larger shock shafts. Oh, GPM. You bought GPM parts. Yeah, $34 versus $90. It's a no-brainer. Absolutely, Chris, no-brainer. And there's nothing wrong with GPM. GPM's all right. It used to be not great. It used to be like, what was the other one? Years ago. Integi. Is it Integi or Intergy? It's probably pronounced different ways, but years ago, that was known for being really soft. And it would bend a lot, but I think GPM... Integi, yeah. But GPM used to be known very similar to that. But I think they've really upped their game. Really upped it. Right. Okay, I think I'm about ready. About ready to set some mesh. Right. How much lash and play in the gears do you like to have when running Mod 1.5? Do you do the same sort of thing as Mod 1? Because I've had loads of Mod 1 stuff, but this is the only thing that I've ever ran Mod 1.5. So on Mod 1, you obviously go as close as you can, but then leave a little bit of lash. Now, because it's 1.5, can you leave bigger lash, or do you still do the same? Go quite tight and then back off a little bit, just so it's free and moving. What do you lot think? Hey up Craig, 1.5 mod dude, 8mm shaft. Yes, Snorri. Hello, Snorri. Thank you for joining me. It's nice to have you here, mate. On my X-Max put back together. Yes, mod 1.5, 8mm shaft, 1188 kV TP motor, and a AliExpress motor mount, which looks suspiciously like GPM. It's actually very good, this motor mount. Very good. Same, back off a little for mesh. Yeah, I haven't stripped any yet. Very little play back and forth. Excellent, that's what we'll go with then. I thought that would be the case, but I did read on one of these posts that somebody had said, oh no, you don't have it as tight, just have it all the way back. Snorri, size of a can of Heineken. Yeah, yeah, mate. It's a decent size motor. That it's definitely a bit bigger than stock, but nowhere near as heavy as that 800 kV that was in it. So I'm really hoping that I'm not just creating problems here. So let's nick this one down a bit. Nope, not that size. It's this size. Edge that one in, edge that one in. Very lightly. Just nip them. Just so they're touching. And then wiggle that back. Wow, that does hold really well. That's literally not moving and they're pretty much loose. Just pinch that one. Okay, we'll pinch that one. Okay. Gears make a lot of noise, but you will miss it with other toys that are Mod 1. Yeah, Chris, I did notice that, because I've ran this on Mod 1.5 before, and I did think, oh God, that's really loud. But then it sort of, I just got used to it. And then when I went back to Mod 1, I thought, oh, I've lost that sort of ringy noise that you get from it. I like that noise. So yeah, hopefully I'll get it back now. Okay, well that wiggles all the way around. Matt Hurst, afternoon all. Afternoon, Matt. How are you doing? We'll do a Scylla and where are you from? What's your name and where are you from? You know, my name's Matt. Afternoon all. I am. Where are you from, Matt? What are you up to? What's everyone's plans? Yeah, I'm hoping now that feels nice. Do have a little bit of slack there. You off upstairs?
I'm getting my shoes.
Okay. That's Lenny. There goes Lenny.
Hello.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Or is it a bit tight? Well, it's got wiggle room. It's got the lash, so I'm going to go with that. I'll tighten these down. No, I won't. I'm going to Loctite them. I'm going to Loctite these on so it doesn't move. Chris, I wish we had nice skate parks here like you guys do. Ours are riddled with gang graffiti. Yeah, that's not ideal. I mean, where are you from? Our skate parks do have a bit of graffiti and vandalism from time to time. It's a lot of teenagers nowadays and younger kids take residency at the skate park once it goes dark. Tell you what, Lenny's left that door open over there. It was getting nice and warm in here, and now he's opened the door and it's cold. So let me go and close that door. Boy was born in a barn. He cannot close a door. Because it's getting quite toasty in here now. It's nice, but outside it's probably about 3 degrees maybe. About 3 degrees. Mark, sounds good. Yes, I think it is good, mate. I think it is good. It's not tight anyway, and it's not too loose. So it's just a case of put it all together. We'll have a little run with it. Only on the bench, because I'm not going to take it outside until tomorrow. Matt, hello. I'm Matt from Dorset. I've been into RC for 25 years. I love fifth scales, and I'm a basher at heart. Awesome. Nice one, Matt. Dorset is lovely. 25 years, yeah. So I've been into RC since I was about 8 years old. My first RC car, proper like hobby grade one, was the Tamiya 959 Porsche that my dad had bought me. He'd got it used, it wasn't new. So I got that used as a kit that had been half put together. And to this day, we can't remember where that car is. I have a feeling it probably got broken, left in a box full of bits, and it was chucked in a tip, which is really annoying now, because have you seen the price of them? Mental. But yeah, fifth scales, we had a bit of a chat about fifth scales earlier. I want a rear wheel drive, petrol powered, like Baja buggy or anything. I'd take one of the cheaper ones. Doesn't have to be fast or fancy. I want it for the noise. I want to hear it screaming as it runs around. So I do like them. So yes, thank you for being with us, Matt. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, make sure you subscribe. That really will help me out. Chris Fox, I subscribe to your channel. Have to get into dad mode again. Nice chatting. See you another day. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you for the sub. It's been awesome to have you here. It's been a pleasure. You're welcome anytime. But thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Mark, when you have it all together, try rolling it. If it doesn't roll smoothly, then back the mesh off. Yeah. So basically then you set them just exactly the same as you'd set Mod 1. It feels nice and smooth. Does feel good. I know that I needed to get some oil in this rear end, get it spinning a bit. It was a bit tight, but that wasn't the motor. That is that, nice and clear. Matt, I've got a Baja, I've put 30.5cc billet OBR ported full mod engine. Oh my god, and side pipe on it. It's a beast. I bet it's a beast. That's an absolute unit. And it screams, no doubt. Side pipe on it. That's a ace, mate. I like that. I like that. I would like to see. I would like to see that. Okay. Have I done everything here? I've been stood waffling. I don't even know if I've done this right, but motor's in. Mesh is set good. Look at that. Good mesh. We'll turn it a bit just to make sure. Yeah. Good. Good. I think my only concern with this is once this is in the car, I won't be able to get to these adjusters on the side. I'll have to take the whole back end off again because you can't get in. We shall see. We shall see. Matt, I've had a cheap toy grade RC cars as a kid and remember visiting BT's. Yeah, mate, I had the BT's bag and everything. It was great. Toy shop as a youth. My first proper RC was a HPI Savage X4. That's one hell of a first car. The Savage X 4.6. Yeah, loved the Savage. Love the Savage. Glenn got mine. Glenn, hello Glenn. I don't think I've seen your name in here yet, so hello. Nice to have you. Thank you very much. Got mine dirt cheap off Facebook, 250. King. Ported 30. Wheel extenders, nice. 30.5 front brakes and wheel extenders. Yeah, that's the sort of thing I'd be looking for, Glenn. Definitely something like that. That sort of thing would suit me. It doesn't have to be fast. As I say, I've got things for fast. I want something noisy that's just fun to play with. Because as cool as these brushless power are, they are missing that noise and that smell. It's the only thing they do miss though, because they've got heaps of power. Yes, so before I offer this up, let's have a little think. Let's make sure mesh is okay. Motor is locked into position. Pinion, I need to Loctite that pinion on. That's what I need to do. I'm glad I remembered. Glad I remembered. Let's take that. Put this bit in. Yeah, pop that in there. That's that. Why won't that come off? Oh, there we go. Snug, that's why. Nice and snug. What's going on there? Matt at Glen, I paid $250 for my current Baja, which was the KM 30.5cc. I need to invest in front cable brakes, as I've had them in the past. It makes a huge difference in handling, being able to brake the front. Yeah, that's one thing I always wondered about them is it just like cable driven calipers that work off a servo and you get brakes on the front rather than just on the rear end? Because obviously with a brushless rear wheel drive like the Slash that I've got, no front brakes on that. So when that thing's doing 40 miles an hour, you need a lot of space to make it stop. Otherwise it is just like yanking on a handbrake. Or an e-brake for you overseas Americans. Right, let's lock that back on. There we go, get that to there, it's all lined up. Snug. Epic, that is done. Got a 3-speed to fit, but might get a bigger engine. 3-speed in the petrol. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's what I used to love about I had a Revo, the Nitro Traxxas Revo with 2 speeds. And I loved it as you would accelerate and it would do the whap, whap. It's like, yes, go on. There's something satisfying about an engine revving up and hearing gear changes in the box. Crash and Bash Junior, make sure to like, subscribe to Craig's Crash and Bash, yes. Be an original subscriber as we grow together, yeah, all join in. All be part of our little YouTube journey. Right, so that's all in, that's all on, they're Loctited, the pinion's Loctited, screwed in from the bottom, Loctited. Shall I try and match it up to the rest of the car? Shall we? Shall we see what happens? Let's see what happens. Now, as I say, I think I'm going to have a bit of an issue here. Because I think these locating adjuster screws are going to foul on this top brace here. Which, if that's the case, something's being cut. You can get hydraulic ones, and now I have brakes on all 4 wheels. Really? You get hydraulic brakes for these cars now? That is ace. I definitely want one. I definitely want one. I nearly again, people, I nearly did forget a key component there. Can you guess what it is? Again, that would have been embarrassing, wouldn't it? It's a good job I noticed these things. But yes, having a centre shaft in there will make all the difference. Oh, really? Nearly most in. Was that in? Ha ha! It's gone in. I think it's mostly in. Stock brakes are discs on the gearbox lay shaft. Yeah. So like Nitro then in that respect. So only affect the rear wheels. Hydro brakes are okay for on-road but suffer with air bubbles. Yeah. So they're very technical. It's like a little moped basically. Cable brakes work off yoke and existing servo, so you can set the bias front of it. Very similar to the FG ones. I've seen them. They do work a dream, and the car stops so much better. I bet it does, with all that braking power. I bet it really digs in when you hit the brakes. I notice you don't use power tools. I also do everything by hand, especially on Traxxas. Especially on Traxxas. Now, I do use power tools, and normally this thing is electric, but it died, so this is now just a handle. But it's good because it won't let you sort of over tighten things in metal. It's not designed that way. It's just because it doesn't now work as an electric screwdriver. When you're turning and it gets really tight, the motor that's in here will turn, so you end up saving screws, I've found. So this is good. If you can go tight enough with this that the screw stops but the motor in here turns, then that is tight enough, especially with Loctite. And as you'll know with Traxxas, it's so easy to round stuff off. It's not worth the hassle. It's just not worth the hassle. Now, is that in? Yes. Right, let's get some screws in this then. And here is my screw tub. You know, my wife went to throw this out the other day. We were cleaning. And when I've got cars in bits, I'll take things apart, and if they're not going back together that day, I put all the bits in a cup and I leave it on the side. So I know all the bits to put the X-Max back together are in this cup. Just like I know that all the bits to put the Team Corrali Asuga back together are all in this cup. So I leave all the bits in the cup and I put them to the side. She come down, was helping me tidy up, pick things up. Well, is this rubbish? Shall I throw this out? No! Absolutely not. Do not throw that out. They're bits to put the X-Max back together. Bless her, she doesn't know, does she? Right, let's tip all these out then. They can go here, you can see what I've got. I mean, there's no guarantee that everything in here is for the X-Max, but most of it should be. Is my plan anyway. Right, let's start down here. And that was them, I believe. Stay there. Stay. Oh, the digger dog's down here with us as well. Yeah, everything by hand. And another reason I'm not using power tools is last week my cordless drill broke. When I was I was drilling holes to make a front skid plate protector. And I went to put it on charge and the battery just wouldn't take charge. So yes, but most of the time, especially when you're putting Traxxas back together, I do think that by hand is the safest way. Definitely by hand. Right, who's in here then? Oh, 30 odd people in here. I hope everyone's enjoying the live stream. It's nice to have people with me. You never know, see, when you stick these lives on, you don't know, will anyone join? Will I just sit on my own and chat to myself? Because that happens a lot. Chat to yourself quite a lot. That's a normal thing. But it is nice to have people. We all see what goes on now. I'm hoping we're not too far away now from sticking batteries in this. What's that, Mark? I'll be watching for the vid when you run it. Well, if all goes well today, mate, and I put this back together and it works here on the bench and here in the garage, then tomorrow this will be going outside and it will be getting sent somewhere. And we will see. Is the motor any good? Does it hold up? Who's this coming? Oh, this is Tiana.
Hello.
Glenn, yeah, if it's plastics, I use hand tools for the bar heart. Impact driver till it's tight. And then hand tools, yeah. Yeah, on bigger stuff, you know, metal to metal.
We're just going to co-op.
Okie dokie. Off to co-op they go.
See ya.
See you in a bit. Diggs, you stay in before my dog tries to leave the garage. Yeah, the impact drivers on plastics can be a bit too much, but yeah, on those on the 5th scale petrol stuff, definitely use them on that. Why not? Right, they're motor mount screws, which I don't need because I've used new ones. I probably should have labelled some screws, but I've had the X-Max apart now so many times that I'm quietly confident that I can put it back together and it work. When I first would take it apart, it would have to have been lay things out. I would end up with like a bit of cardboard and I would poke all the screws in and then circle the screws and then write on it like bulkhead bottom and things like that. So I knew exactly where I'd taken them from. But now with the X-Max I'm getting a bit better. So I just sort of guess where they go back, which works for me most of the time. I've dropped one in there and can't get it out though. Oh, come on. Play the game. There we go. So that's all in. That's in. That's in. That's in. That little one possibly for there. That's for there. You ever come to Halifax, Canada? I've got an X-Max for you to run. Awesome, Mark. I would love to come over there. Maybe one day. Definitely come over to Canada. Yeah, I do need to travel more. I've travelled the UK and I've travelled some parts of Europe, but I've not really been that far. But you know, it's I would be up for travelling around, meeting people, playing RCs and meeting people. Just sounds like heaven to me. Always a big kid. I've never really grown up. I like playing with toys. If I'm not out with the dog or out with an RC car, I'm normally watching an RC car or working on an RC car. 1, 2. Am I missing one? I need a screw in there. But not that one, that doesn't work. Is that it? 1, 2. Ah, no, yeah, I'm missing all of them. I was thinking there's something I've not done. I'm missing something. There's a key part. Yeah, of course there is. It's there. So those 4 that go in there. I hope now I've put a bigger motor in, I can get to them. Yes, I can get to them. Drama over. Don't panic. Don't panic. It's all working fine. It's all working fine. Is Canada always cold then, Mark, or does it get hot? I mean, as I say, I don't travel. It might be a stupid question, but I'm sure a lot of us Europeans, when we think of Canada, you think of snowy hills and big vast areas. But yeah, whenever I think of Canada, I always think of snow for some reason. Not that I mind snow, I like a bit of snow. I wish I had more of it. We get rubbish snow here in the UK. I'd really want to get some proper good snow and go out with the toys. Definitely. My other main hobby is airsoft. 2 expensive ones. Yeah, Glenn. I've never been into airsoft, but that's down to mobility more than anything. I'd be a bit useless for me, and it'd be a lot of fun for everybody else if I went to airsoft, because I can't run and I can't walk far, so I would just stand there and get shot, which I'm sure would be hilarious for some people. But I might get bored quite fast of just being a slow-moving target. But all good. But I respect the skill that goes into it. I've seen some of these videos online. I'm guessing it's airsoft, where they'll have like GoPros on or cameras in their sights, and they hit people from miles away with these air-powered guns. And then, when the people get hit, they have to put their hand up and leave the game, sort of thing. I've watched loads of videos of them, and I must admit, it does look very cool. It does look very cool. I'd like to have a go with the guns. I've done a bit of air rifling and things like that. We've done not crossbows, but like archery, just bow and arrows. We went on a day out and we had a go of those. So yeah, I'd be well up for having a look at them. The one guy I play with only has one leg. Nice. Good. And he can run around. Mine's pain, what causes it. I've got both my legs. It's just, I have a spinal condition that causes pain when I walk, and at some point I will be up for an operation, but there's a massive waiting list in the UK for non-emergency operations. And the way that they see it at the moment is I've still got a quality of life, so I'm just on a waiting list. Glenn, yes, I've got all that myself. What, all the GoPro and the scope cameras and things? That'd be ace. JD, hey, I'm late to the show. It's all right, JD, you've not missed much. But thank you for joining. Hello, JD. What have you missed? Actually, no, you've missed quite a lot. I won't lie, but we can quickly go over what I've been doing. I have been fitting a new TP power motor, a 1188 kV motor to the X-Max with a new AliExpress motor mount. I call it an AliExpress motor mount. I actually bought it from Amazon, but they sell them on AliExpress cheaper. So there it is. There's the TP motor. You can't really see much of the mount, but I think it's the picture on the thumbnail. It's that mount. But we'll get more pictures of it. But what you have done, JD, is you have joined at a time where now I'm about ready to get some batteries, put batteries in, and hopefully not burst into flames. Hopefully. What fell out then? It's okay, it's only the heatsink. Now, there is, of course, the GPM bash bar to go back on. But I have a sneaky suspicion that the other side of this bash bar, I don't know if you've ever seen them, you come with like a plate that goes on the inside. I've got a feeling that I've knocked that and it's not in position. It's not where it should be. But I'll see. If these thread in, then awesome. But that doesn't feel like it's threading in. No, I think that's only threaded into the plastic. So I won't worry about the bash bar yet. Let's put some batteries in it. Yeah, let's put some batteries in it and we'll see if this motor spins. And then I'll worry about stretching the heatsink over it. And then afterwards I can take all the skid plates off, reattach the GPM bar properly. Let's unplug the fans because we don't need them to be making a noise. Although I can't unplug the motor fans, unfortunately, because they're just out of the way. Let's plug these in. We'll go middle cable to the middle, that side cable to that side, and this side cable to that side. Might be the right way, might be the wrong way. We are about to find out. Right, there's no wheels on it, so it's not going to try and run off and hurt anyone. Let's move things out of the way there. Let me just go and pick up these two batteries. So these are on storage charge. So plonk a storage battery there. Clicked in. And storage battery over there. Clicked in, lock it in place just in case. Just in my dog is so sensitive to the noise and is so switched on that even just plugging the batteries in then, he's heard that little arc that you get as you plug the battery in. And he's instantly over and touching my leg. Because he knows that RC's being plugged in means we go out to play. So this is Digger Dog. It's my dog. So hello, Diggs. Hello to the people in the live, he says. Make sure you subscribe. So that's my Digger Dog, but we're not going out just yet, Diggs. You wait. Right, let me get the controller. It's over the other side of the garage. I am still with you. I'm just getting a controller. There we go. Controller on. X-Max on. Well, it goes. It goes backwards, but it goes. So all I'm going to do then is I will swap that one with that one, and we'll plug that one in there, and we'll plug that one in there, and now okay. It works! Success! Let's turn that off. It's quite loud, that is. I'm going to turn that off. What have we got? What did I miss? About the same as your British weather. Sorry, Mark, yeah, about the same as your British weather. Just a little more snow. We're on the ocean in Halifax, so it's mostly rain. Yeah, I know that feeling, mate. I'm very west coast of the UK here. I'm not on the beach, but I'm really not far from it. Lenny, my son, he lives at the beach. So yeah, we do get that. Just record to see if I hit people, because sometimes you don't know and then you get the red mist. Yeah, but sometimes you miss. It can be frustrating when people cheat. Yeah, I've seen that. I have seen that, where these really good, accurate players will hit people with that airsoft. And people know they've been hit because they'll flinch or like rub their head or their arm, and they turn and they look. And then they sort of look around, and if nobody else has seen them, they just carry on. And I think, oh, you can't do that. Yeah, that, to be fair, that would infuriate me as well. I would go nuts. Yeah, I can't stand it. You know, if you're going to play a game, play the game. There's no need to cheat, is there? It's a game. It's a bit of fun. JD, looks sweet. Have to get myself one of those bash bars for my X-Max. Yes. Let's hope so. Let's hope you do get one. Are they any good? Maybe. Maybe. This bash bar had only been fit the day before I went out and killed the stock motor. So this bash bar's probably ran for about 6 minutes in total. So it's too early for me to know, does it make a difference? But I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. And if nothing else, it looks pretty. So that's what that's on there for. Glenn, hello, good job. Hello, Glenn, good job. Thank you very much. Does seem to be a good job. It seems to be working. Allard, waffle, waffle, waffle. Yeah, Allard, it's alive, mate. I was going to say I can't really do backflips in the garage, but I bet I can. I bet I can. Allard, tell us a dad joke. Tell us one of your jokes, Allard. Allard loves a joke. Allard is our leader of the group, the Ceredigion group that we're in. Don't tell me you've bashed it so hard that the wheels have given up on being wheels. Later, gonna go cook. Later, gonna go cook. Cheers, Glenn. See you later, mate. Enjoy your food. Challenge accepted. Backflip in the house. Yeah, well, this is the garage. I'll get away with it in the garage. When I take RC cars upstairs, that's when Mrs. Crash and Bash shouts at me. There is a video and a short of where we're having a bit of fun comparing the size of the X-Max to things in the house. And she shouts down the stairs at me while I'm sat at the table with this. So yeah, they're not allowed to be in the house. This is why I have a garage. But yes, JD, challenge accepted. I will try and do a backflip in the garage. Why not? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? What is the worst that can happen? Right, is this going to fit round this motor? Well, not really, but yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna make it fit round this motor, definitely. What's the difference between a toilet roll and curtains? I don't know, Allard. Go on. What is the difference between a toilet roll and curtains? You tell us, Allard. And just remember, it's got to be kind of clean. My moderators aren't here to keep to keep track of what's going on. They've gone out and left me. They got bored. Yeah, well, that works. Job done. Excellent. I've still got screws here. What are they from? Oh, and I've left that on. I'll turn that off. There we go. Okay, so that's all on and done. Yeah, it was only the back end I had to put together. The motor mount is in. All the screws are in. I'm not missing any screws. Ah, the bash bar. I need to sort out the bash bar, don't I? That is what I need to sort out. Now, can I bet I can. I bet I can just take the rear skid plate off. And then try and line it up and slot it back in again. That's going to try and be my plan. Whether it works or not, I don't know. Might be a good plan, might be a disaster. What have we got going on in here then? What's the difference between a toilet and a roll of curtains? He hasn't told us. Come on, Allard. We're all here on a cliffhanger waiting to know what the difference is. The message is held for review, apparently. Hold on, Allard. You've done something that's not allowed. I don't know how to review it. Can I view it here? You're disgusting. Okay. I still can't see anything. You're disgusting because you don't know the difference. No, fair enough. Fair enough, yeah, I get it. I was a bit slow on the uptake there. That's a nice hoodie you have on. Yes, yes, of course it is. It's a Crash and Bash one. Is it for sale? No, they're not actually. I didn't think anybody would be interested, but I suppose I can. It's got my logo on the front here, Craig's Crash and Bash. Has your name on it, so I suppose I could put them up for merch. And you can have your name, you can have Craig's Crash and Bash. This is the Welsh Dragon. And then I've got all the logo and some branding on the back. Crash and Bash down the arm. I do have the t-shirt as well, but it's too cold in here to be wearing a t-shirt. But no, thank you, yeah. For sale. Don't know, they could be. Do you think I should put them on sale? Stick them in a merch shop somewhere? Why did Annie fall off a swing? Don't know, Allard. Why did Annie fall off a swing? JD, I did a wall backflip in my kitchen. The missus wasn't impressed. I bet she wasn't. I bet she wasn't impressed doing backflips in the kitchen. It's not what kitchens are for. Kitchens are for doing wheelies in. Everyone knows that. The living room is where you need to do backflips. She had no arms. I don't know why I'm laughing at that, Alan. That's poor. Oh dear. Right, I do want to clip this onto the motor. What's the best way to bend that? I'm sure it'll be fine, won't it? If I bend out these so they're wider and then just click it onto this massive motor, it'll be alright, won't it? It'll be alright. I'm sure it will. That's a good little clamp, that. Not enough. More. Need some toolage for leverage, maybe. Let's get this on it. Let's get this on it. Uh-oh, the missus is here, behave. Mrs. Crash and Bash, there better be no wheelies in the kitchen. Yeah. No. I'll do wheelies in our living room, love. Backflips in the kitchen, I think we decided was the thing. There we go. Lovely jubbly. So I do need to do a bit of cable management. I might just plait them or braid them, whatever it is, and get them wrapped. But there we go. TP motor, heatsink on top. It's the standard cover, but in there are two rocket fans. Don't think you can see them, but they're in there. They're orange ones. So we've got upgraded cooling on there. Better be no wheelies in the kitchen, Mark. Yes, yes, it will be okay. Yeah, I think it will be okay, Mark. We've done it now anyway, so I think that's right. I have to put soft Velcro on my drift car wheels, because the plastic scratches the rosewood floor. Yeah, I would get told off for things like that as well. Yeah, you're scratching the floor. Yeah, soft Velcro though, fair play to you. That's a good idea. I wonder how much soft Velcro I'd need to do it to X-Max tyres. Mrs. Crash and Bash. What? Yeah. They're always here to ruin our fun. She keeps me grounded, she does. She is good. Alad, remember to join RC Bashers Ceredigion. Yes, it's our Facebook group. So if you ever do want to join me on Facebook, I will leave, once this is done, I will leave a link in this description, and it's in other videos as well. There's a link to our Facebook page where you can come and join the group. You can share your pictures with us. You can see when we're having our meets, and if you want to travel to us, and a lot of the time I travel out as well. I'm happy to come to some arranged meets. You can come to our one and only miners circuit. It is a fantastic place for off-road cars. You can come there and run your trucks with us, but definitely on Facebook, RC Bashers Ceredigion. I will leave a link to it in this, and there is links in others as well. What's that? This is Crash and Bash. It's not ruining, yeah, just keeping the, yeah, that's it. She doesn't ruin the fun, she just keeps it in order. I have this space, I'm allowed to do things down here. If I start doing it in the living room, that's in her space, that's a problem. Oh, is it? My moderators are back, let's behave.
What have you been up to?
Oh, well, we've been causing chaos in the live chat without you here.
Why? Oh, I'm going to be having to put people in time out.
That's it, she'll be getting a ban hammer out now, we need to be careful.
Right, let me go on this live then.
No, it's fine. Where's Lenny?
Let Digger come in.
Diggs, in you come, mate.
In you go. Good.
So that's these pair back from there.
Well, he left me and dumped me with all his stuff.
These pair are back now from their trip to the shop.
Hey,
So
Digger.
we're going to take this off and get into the skid plate, work out where the back plate is for this GPM bash bar and get that on. While I'm doing that, if you're in the chat and you haven't subscribed,
Bash the bell.
make sure you do subscribe, that's it, yeah. Hit that subscribe button, really help me out. Hit the like, hit the love hearts. Show me all that. Alad, knock knock. Who's there, Alad? Who's there?
I just flew downstairs next to that charity shop.
Yeah,
I jumped over.
not happy. Okay, so that piece is in there, looking in place.
Hello.
And it does line up, you can see daylight through them holes. See? Hello. Yes. So I don't know why that wasn't going in then, maybe I just wasn't trying hard enough. Maybe I just wasn't trying hard enough to get that in. Plunk it back on. Let's try again. Try and get this bash bar back on. And then I can put the wheels on it. And I will do a little test in the garage. My garage isn't very big, but big enough to put the wheels on an X-Max and give it a test at least. See if it runs. Longer screws maybe, says JD. Yeah, maybe, but these ones worked. They were on it and it was working. I only took them out. In the other live stream that I think you were part of, where we took the motor apart. Oh, hold on, here we go. That feels like it's biting something. That feels like it's biting something. What's going on here? Oh,
It's standing on my face.
we have a dog lying on a child here behind me. Shall I show you? Would you like a garage tour? Would you like to see what goes on in the garage of Crash and Bash? I don't mind showing you around now that this is pretty much done. It's just a case of wheels on. I should be putting Loctite on these, shouldn't I? I should be putting Loctite on these. Yeah, yes please. All right, let's do a little garage tour. I'll come back and Loctite these in a minute. I'll just put them in so they're in. And then I will pick you up on that gimbal. Can I flick that camera around? Possibly, actually. I can see a little reverse. So let me then... Martin, I want to see the dog. Digger Dog. Digger Dog is legend. Right, you come here then. Come with me. Come Heather. And let's turn you this way. Can I spin the camera around?
What?
No, that's just reversed it, hasn't it? Oh no, there we go, I did. I've turned it round. Okay, so there's the laptop. You've been stood behind here. Looking at me do this. And here's where I do all my filming and my wrenching normally. So then if I spin around from here, that leads to outside upper staircase to the main house upstairs. And then this is in the garage. Lenny's just come back with his bike and dumped it in the way of the table. Punching bag. The freezer is just defrosting, so that's fine. Games and stuff in the wardrobe. Some RC cars over on the dresser. A bit of gym equipment. Ramps are stored here. And there is Lenny and a Digger dog standing on it. What are you doing, Diggs? Digger, what you doing? Martin wanted to see you. Wanted to see you. Here he is. Here's the Digger. Oh, give a like and a subscribe for Digger if you're not. Here he is. He's a lovely Digger dog. So Digger is a Jack Russell Terrier crossed with a Bichon Frise. So there we go. Yes, ramps. There we go. There's my ramp. I've got a few ramps here. There's the big one, which is the big ramp. Then there's a smaller ramp, but still fairly decent. And then there's two small kicker ramps. They're ready to go and play whenever I like. So that is the garage. Oh, we've now been joined by a teenager. All right, Leo. Yeah, I'm live on YouTube, just so you're aware. Yeah, so before he starts walking through the garage, there he is. Just so he knows that we are live. So I'll put you back there. Get your set back up here. Digger is so cool. Yeah, Digger is cool. Do love Digger. He is, yeah, what was I saying? He's a Jack Russell Terrier crossed with a Bichon Frise. So he is a cross of a dog. Here he is. Leo's going to bring him in. There's Digger dog. Being held by Leo. Right, so there you go. Little look around of the garage. Oh yeah, and then of course there is as well. I didn't show you this way. Through that door, let's bring you back. There's Lenny doing a workout. Let's turn you around. So through this way, which is where you're looking, this takes you into like a utility area. So if I need to wash things or get hot water, I do have hot and cold water. This is just a downstairs utility sort of area. Small toilet out there. Little work area for wet things. And then, yeah, that's the garage. And there's Lenny working out. There's where we've been. So, yeah, it's a nice little area. It's my area where I like to do all the wrenching. Right, we'll bring you back over here. Let's try and set this back up to how it was. Can't remember how you were. Right, does that look okay? Everyone happy with that? Everyone happy? A bit of the garage. What are you doing, Diggs? You want to be back? What? No, we're not going anywhere yet. We're not going anywhere yet. No. There's Digger dog. Here he is. I think Digger is what, 10 this year? 9 this year? Might be 9 or 10. But here's my white shadow. He comes everywhere with me. If I go somewhere, Digger has to come. He's good in the car. He's good off lead. He'll just follow me around. He's very well socialised. Okay, I'm going to go sit with Lenny.
I'm going up.
You up? You going up?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I am now, what was I doing? That's on. Oh, Loctite. Let me just put some Loctite on them, because I don't want them backing out. Once we've put Loctite on these screws, I will then stick some tyres on it, and we'll give it a little blip in the garage, and we'll see if we can pop some wheelies. Now, the ESC that I'm running, the Hobbywing Max 5, I think I've got the punch turned up to number 2 on that, because I was trying not to kill things. So I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. I'll leave it set on 2. It won't kill things. Just put Loctite on each one of these. Just taking one out, putting a bit of Loctite on it, putting it back in again. How long have we been going on here? No idea. I need to get better at learning what's going on with all this, because I don't have a clue. Don't have a clue. Right, is there anything you lot want to see or want to ask while I'm here? Any questions about me or the channel? Or within reason, if it's a decent question, I'll give it a go at answering it. Any of my cars that you want to see, or have you seen any of the videos or any of the shorts and you've thought, huh? And you have a question about it? Dance ho? You can't afford for me to dance, mate. I have got other links that you could click on, but I can guarantee you now your bank balance ain't big enough. YouTube isn't the only thing that people subscribe to with me. You want to see more? You got to pay. We'll do wrenching and RC videos for free. Anything else is going to cost. Okay. No, thank you for interacting. Thank you. Any comment is a good comment. Keeps us entertained. It's all a bit of fun. It's all a bit of fun. Just a giggle. Martin, I got my first real RC last February at the age of 60. Nice, mate. Nice. I like that. Less than a year later, I have 9 cars, trucks, buggies and a drift car. Mate, that's epic. That is what it's about. I'm glad that you've got into the hobby and you can enjoy it. That's what it's for. They are toys. They are just to entertain us. It is ultimately just about fun. That's all we want. We just want to have a bit of fun. Right, let me put this away. Getting in a bit of a mess there. Drop that over there. These tools can just go. Oh no, I need to put the bumper back on. Well, what's left of the bumper I need to put back on. Because annoyingly, I'd broken this rear piece. Can you see that? I don't know if we can see it. Basically, there's this bit of plastic that joins the bumper to the shock tower here. I'd had a bit of a crash, it broke. I just thought, well, you know, it's only a little thing. I carried on. And then the next time I made an order, I bought a new piece for the bumper. So I was like, yeah, the truck's all back up and looking good again, as it should. And took it out, and almost instantly, I would say within 5 minutes, I'd broken that bit again. Now, it was cold. It was New Year's Eve when I'd done that with JP when I went out with him. So that's probably why it broke. So I'm not too mad at it. It's just inconvenient because you now can't really carry it from there because it wants to turn on you all the time. Right, I think I'm ready to put wheels on, possibly. I think so. You know when you get that thing in your head where you think, I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? What have I not done? I don't know. Oh, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I pre-prepared a cup with some tea in it. So let me just hobble out here and get rid of this in the sink. There we go. I'm hiding behind this massive pile of tyres. What have I missed? Martin price, same. 59 and I've 10 cars. Got into the hobby 3 years ago. With rock crawlers, no way. Yeah, man. Rock crawlers are cool. I did have the Traxxas 6x6, the TRX6. Really liked that car, or that truck. Very, very capable. Would go many, many places. And then, due to my injury, the TRX6 can go more places than I can physically get to myself. So it sort of started to become a shelf queen and just sat round in the garage. So then somebody asked me, would I be up for a trade? They wanted the TRX6 and I wanted an X-Max. So we done a swap, TRX6 for X-Max. And we were both very happy about it. And I know he's building up that 6x6 now to be something epic. He's added loads of things to it. Loads of things. JD, I've got 25 plus cars. Wow, I've not got that many. I've got 6. 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ones that run, and then there's a few things in that box under that table. Hyper 7 chassis. Well, the whole Hyper 7's in there, just in bits, minus an engine. So I've got a few other things in here, but none that run. Mark. My first was an FTX Canyon. Allard, I don't know if Allard's still in here or if he's moved on. Allard's got an FTX Canyon, and when we went out crawling, I think the only mod he'd done to that is he put Louise tyres on it. Some, don't know what they were, Louise rock crawler tyres. They were really good, and his Canyon would go places that my 6x6 would go. Purely down to, I think he had bigger tyres. So yeah, you don't need a really expensive rig. He'd done it. An FTX Canyon was keeping up with the TRX6. Last one was the Typhon 22 3S 1/8. Awesome car, yeah. They are awesome as well. I've seen quite a few Typhons, but they're all the 6S Typhon or the TLR Typhon. Mark, Craig, you have a good sense of humour. You're going to do well with this channel. Well, I hope so, mate. Thank you very much. That's nice to hear. That I'm glad people enjoy it. And yeah, sense of humour. You do have to have a sense of humour, I think, just in life generally. I spent years, all of my work in life was spent on building sites. So you learn to take a rib in there. You learn to be part of the, the gang. You do get looked after. Mrs. Crash and Bash, that's my cup. Not anymore. It's in the garage. It's mine. These are the rules. S10 channel. Hi. Hello, S10 channel. Thank you for joining. We're just about to put tyres on the X-Max and test it in the garage, because that's a sensible thing. Nothing has ever been damaged, ever in existence, by running an X-Max indoors. I'm sure it's really safe to do. So that's what I'm going to do in a minute. I'm just stopped for a quick sip of tea. S10, I have a Max. Good cars, mate. Good cars. Me and Mark were having a chat about the Maxes earlier. I've actually got, I'll show you. I've got two of the Maxes. So here's one of my Maxes. This is the V2 one. This is my absolute tank. I can take this out. I can take it to anywhere you like and I'll send it full speed off anything. Don't care. This will take a beating. And people, you know, a lot of the time people will ask, what's more durable? Is an X-Max more durable? Or is the standard Max more durable? Well, I'll tell you now, this is the most durable RC car in this price range ever. And I've been around a lot of RC cars. For pure toughness, out the box durability, you ain't beating a Max. And I could almost guarantee you I could run jump for jump, like for like. The X-Max will break before this does. These things are a tank. Really, really good cars. And I've got two of these. I've got one and Lenny runs one. This is the V2. Lenny still likes the V1. But he might change his to a Max Slash. Which would be good. Do have to agree, yeah, I have a Max. JD, I need a Max in my life, yeah, if you want a basher. JD, are the diffs strong in the Max? Yes, as stock, the diffs are no problem at all, and I've ran mine on 6S. Mine isn't standard. It's the Hobbywing Max 8. Lenny's has got the Max 8 G2, and we've both got massive motors in there. I didn't show you there, I should have showed you, but we've both got upgraded motors. I'll bring Lenny's over this time. So this one's Lenny's one. This is the V1 Max, but yeah, we're both running big motors. They're nearly X-Max size motors then. And these will run on 4S or 6S now that they've been done up with the electrics. And the diffs are solid. The only time, let me just throw that. Got to go. All right, S10, nice one for dropping in. See you soon. The only time that I've had a problem with the diffs on the Max is when I've cracked a bulkhead. And when you crack a bulkhead and the bearing can move, that's when you'll chew teeth in the diff. If your bulkheads are in good condition and your bearings are okay, then the diffs are super solid. They really are. Same here. See you next time, lads, mate. Nice one, JD. Thank you for dropping in. It's always a pleasure. This wouldn't work without you guys, so epic. Kind of like the X-Max then. Kind of like the X-Max, yeah. Just not as durable. The X-Max is durable, don't get me wrong. The X-Max is a real good tank. But not as strong as a Max. Which one's more fun? I've done a video on this already. You can't beat the size of the X-Max for fun. It's just fun. Alright, give me a clue. What have I done with the wheel nuts? I've just taken them off. Who saw what I done with them? Oh, hold on, I've found them. It's okay. I found them. Right, let's bolt these wheels on then. We'll have a little look. Let's put that one on there. And we'll put this one on there. Right, so I'm hoping then when I go and test this tomorrow and give it a good run around, what sort of things do you like to see? When you go on YouTube and you're going to watch a video, what do you want to see? Do you want to see the car low down, camera angles, looking at it on the dirt, scale sort of driving? Or do you just want to see it get sent? Because I like doing both. Also, music is another thing that I'm unsure of. Do I put music over the montage bits that I do? Or do people like to hear the sound of the gearing and the tyres and the crashes? You know, what do people like? I'm not saying that that's what I'm going to do, because I'll always just do what I like. What's going on then? Kind of like the X-Max, yes, JD. See you, JD, if you're still here, mate, but nice one. Rabbit holes. Behind the wheels on the bench. Yes, well done, Rabbit. They were behind the wheels on the bench. Could you see them from that angle? And I just couldn't, but I found them. The X-Max needs a clean. The X-Max does need a bit of a clean. The tyres really do need a clean. I didn't clean these at all. These are still full of the mud from last week. But the car's had a bit of a brushing off. But that's it. It's literally just been brushed off. I promise you, Alad, if I take this out tomorrow and it runs and it comes back still working and not broken, I will deep clean my X-Max just for you. Just for you. I'll even get the steam cleaner down here and I'll steam clean it so it's really shiny. Shiny and new. Shiny and new. Fun, fun, fun is what we want to see. Yes, Alan. We do want to see fun. Mark, I liked the Max so much, I brought my brother one for Christmas. Oh, mate, what a present that is. He's a very lucky brother to get a Max for Christmas. And you're an awesome brother for buying him one. That is ace. But yeah, the Max is a great truck to get someone into the hobby because they can go out, they can crash it, they can make a few mistakes. You know, you could run it on 3S and even in training mode. And I would almost certainly say on 3S in training mode, I don't think you could break it if you were trying to. That's how good they are. That is how good they are. Alad, have you checked the diffs? Well, they're in there, mate. It depends what you mean checking. I felt and went, yep, there's a diff. Yep, it's in there. It was in there the last time I put it in there, and I've not taken it out. So I'm guessing, yes, I have checked them. They are there. That's about all the checking that they're going to get from me. Comedy is what we want, is it? Jonathan, where can you buy these cars from? Online, mate, is where I get all of my stuff because I haven't got a local hobby shop. My local hobby shop is probably nearly 3 hours drive away from my house. So, yeah, I don't know if that's local or not, a 3-hour drive. It's not exactly what I'd call local. I would rather just order them online. I order them from the hobby shop. But yeah, online. Search online. This one is a Traxxas X-Max. These are quite large and quite expensive, but they're also the best. Alan, how often do you check them? When they make crunchy noises and power stops going there. If your diffs make crunchy noises, check on them. If they run smoothly, leave them alone. Leave them alone if they work. Unless it's a race truck. If you're into racing and you're doing it competitively or it's paying, you know, if you're getting paid to be in a race, yeah, check your diffs. But if not, it's a toy, have fun with it. Take it apart if you want. Someone tells me bulkheads are an issue on a Max and on the X-Max. On the Max, yes. As you know, I have broken lots of bulkheads. But I don't blame the truck for that. That is my driving. That is where I run it. That is the things that I do with it. That's what's breaking the diffs, the bulkheads. With the X-Max, touch wood, as yet I've not broken a bulkhead. When I got this truck, obviously it was used, and I didn't know how old the bulkheads were, but they were worn. They weren't cracked. There was no visible damage to them, but the diff was very sloppy in it. So this, obviously, with its new bulkheads and new everything, it's a lot tighter now. But no, the Max, definitely the bulkheads can be an issue, but it is only on the Max. No, it's only on one of the areas where you have the arms attach. So where the arms on the Max attach to the bulkhead, that's where it breaks. And in doing that, in breaking that, it moves the bearing and then your gears can get chewed up. Right, shall we try and drive this in the garage? Who wants to see the X-Max do something in the garage? Me, I want to see it. Let's do it then. That's all the encouragement I need to actually do this is my own. Do I get a ramp out? No, there's nowhere to put a ramp. Nowhere to put a ramp. Let's chuck that down there then. That's that gone. Let's turn this on. Shall I move you so you can see what's going on with the X-Max? If I put you here like this. Yeah. Let's see what this thing does. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Well, I've got 8 beeps. Goes backwards. Oh, it works. Oh yeah, she's a bit lively. I did a backflip. Come on. You've got to give me a like for that. It just done a backflip. Shall I try it again? That's it. If you're in here and if I can hit a backflip off that dresser and you're in the room now, you've got to subscribe. It's just there. Hit the subscribe. Here we go. Let's try a backflip. Let's try it again. Here we go. There. I nearly got a double. There we go. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Love it. Love it. It's thrown quite a lot of mud around. But there we go. X-Max seems to be working just fine. Let me turn it off. There we go. Let's turn that off and let's bring you back over here. It might be time to think about going upstairs now and seeing what's for dinner. Let's see what everyone's been going on here. What do you reckon to that then? We've done a backflip. Allard, aim it at the dartboard. Oh. No, there's too many other things up there I could knock down. But it's a good idea. I might have to make a dartboard. Oh, yeah, we could make like a massive dartboard and just do massive jumps at it. See if we can take it out. Rabbit just subscribed. Excellent. Thank you very much, Rabbit. I have to tell everyone else. He done a backflip in his garage. He rebuilt his X-Max on live and then nearly done a double backflip off a Welsh stresser. So we've got to like that. Well, but there we go. All done. I need to have a bit of a tidy up. But I think that's probably going to do me. I don't know what time it is. Is it 5:30 already? Is it 5:30? Wow. Right, well, if you've stuck with me and if you're still here now and you've watched everything that's gone on, honestly, thank you so much. These lives just wouldn't be worth it if nobody turned up. So the fact that people turn up, I do appreciate it. It does make it worthwhile, even just having a couple of people in. Just people to keep the chat going, people to ask questions. I like it. I will continue to do so. So, as far as I'm concerned, the X-Max is now working. Tomorrow I will go out and film a good bash with that. I might just take it to the pump track, although the pump track is quite abusive to cars. But that's what it's built for. It's built to take abuse. So if it can't cope with the pump track, there is probably a problem. So yeah, maybe the pump track, or I might just take it to an open sort of wooded area. That'll be it. What have we got in the comments? X-Max series is what we want. X-Max sports event. Yeah, I am going to do an X-Max series, I think. What? No mini dustpan? Where is it? I have got. I don't know where it is, but yes, I have got a mini dustpan. But that is actually, that's a brush off a snooker table set that we had. I used to have a snooker table, just a small sort of 6-foot one in here. Where is my dustpan? And that was a set off it. We got rid of the table because we didn't really use it. You've got me wondering now where my dustpan is. I've got a little dustpan that goes with this for doing that, but I couldn't see it, so I just put it in my hand, put it in the bin. I'm sure it's around somewhere. Right, that's going to do me. Thank you so much for joining me. It really does mean a lot. And look out for the video that I'm going to be filming tomorrow. That'll then a couple of days for editing and everything else. In fact, Monday I'm busy, so Monday I might not be doing any editing. Unless, of course, I break the X-Max tomorrow, and then I might do another sort of live tear it down again. That seemed to go down quite well. Awesome. Thank you so much for watching. And please do subscribe, bash the bell, and I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.